Hey guys, coming at you from Howell, Michigan. This is the home of Chris Elliott and Great Lakes Mortar racks. I just backed up here. I got some racks that I'm going to pick up for him, but I wanted to give you guys a little tour of the place, kind of how he does things and what he's got to offer. I think he makes a great product that is a really reliable rack, actually, that's going to last a long time for people. I met Chris a little while back when we were down at Lake Havasu. I've talked to him on the phone prior to that, kind of become friends ever since, but never actually made it out here to his place, and so excited to get inside and see it and show you guys kind of just again what he does and everything he has to offer. So we're gonna get inside here. Looks like that'd be a nice field to shoot some fireworks in. So this is the spot. Hey Chris.
Hi Garrison.
Good to see ya.
Oh, good to see you. We're starting this right now, huh?
Why not?
Oh, okay.
You got something better to be doing than talking to me? Talking to everyone else?
Well, we're gonna go to an RKM demo later tonight.
Yeah.
So we gotta get ready for that, I guess.
Why not do this now then? So this is the shop, huh? It's where the magic happens.
Well, I guess you could call it magic.
Well, without these, we couldn't fire canister shells,
True.
so
Well, that is very, very true.
they're some of the best magic you can buy on the consumer market, so it is magic.
I like to think so.
Yeah, for sure. I like the little sign here, what you wrote there. We don't make things go boom. See? See?
Correct.
So you are helpful for once.
Things can't go boom. I mean, they can, but sometimes they shouldn't.
Awesome. So you want to walk me through a little bit of what you got here? Kind of how this operation works a little bit?
So obviously, well, for most guys, they know that there's never enough space for what they're doing, and that's clearly what we have going on here.
That's fair.
So this is a, this is getting into when we are very, very busy, and we're about to, it becomes a shit show around here. So as you can see, I actually just finished up this order for a store in Idaho, John's Discount Fireworks. So we have one pallet that's wrapped over there, the all black one there.
Right up over there in the corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's, there's about 70 on that one, and then there's the rest here for them. And so when the busy season is really upon us, and we'll have this whole floor area laid out with racks that are shipping out for the day, which is normally Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So
okay.
we start building pallets of boxes that are be going out to, to customers. So that becomes a massive problem because we don't have a lot of space. And as you can see by my cantilever rack over there with all the lumber I have on it, in front of the forklift there.
Yep.
So a lot of that has to come in on trucks and gets processed before it gets cut down to the proper lengths that we use to build what I call the carriages, which are sitting on all the metal rolling carts over there.
Okay. And you cut all the lumber and everything yourself here, like you prep everything.
Absolutely.
You just get it in the 8-foot lengths and then you prep everything else.
8 and 12s over there.
Okay.
But everything else is, yeah, and then I'm doing final assembly on 99% of the racks. All the racks that go out of here, I do the final assembly on them. I do have some help that helps make the carriages, just so I can try to keep up with doing the final assembly. And then my lovely wife Jolene does a lot of the boxing and taping and putting tracking numbers and all that fun stuff on the pack.
So what he's saying is she actually does the important stuff.
Yeah, she'll tell you. She does all the work. Yeah, she will tell you that. She's the brains behind the operation for sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
For sure.
You got to give credit where credit is due, right, Chris?
Yeah. And as you can see, I have many, I've done a lot of decorating in here over the years. It took a while to get some of the fun stuff here. Great Grizzly, of course, well, that was from our banner from our wedding. And
I think this one's awesome.
yeah.
Okay.
Michigan Fireworks Company, which is obviously here. We got a window over there. We got the Sky Bacon and Top Pole, which is part of Spirit, and then Great Grizzly.
Hey, Pyroland up there, American Wholesale, Dominator. You got a little bit of everything. And this all.
Both of those. So that one requires obviously some special cutting and some other fun stuff. Even like the Sixer is a little bit different. It's kind of got the same thing, but it's the only 6-shot fan rack on the market, I believe.
Okay. So these I noticed don't have the Great Lakes Mortar, so this is a custom brand. So you can custom brand stuff for people. You will custom make racks for people. Like all of this order is going to Idaho, branded with this guy's logo on it and everything.
Yep. We have on the wall over there, I think I got about 30 different stores probably.
Oh, wow. Right here?
Yep.
Nice.
And then the ones on the bottom are all the specialty racks. And the Cobra and the Igniter on the end, but the specialty racks that we have, because you know, a lot of the specialty racks have their own name, so I like to do that.
That's cool. I like that. I like it a lot.
The stores really like it because they don't have to just slap a sticker on it that's going to fall off in the matter of a few weeks, because you know, stickers don't really stick to wood very long, especially when you start firing mortars out of it. So they they tend to go. But actually, John's iron there, that is a really cool one. That's one of my good ones. I like a lot. There's another one here in Michigan, Uncle Louie's, and it is his face. I mean, it's crazy. I think I have an example of it right here, actually. Of course, this is a little sun faded from our trip in, but I mean, that's what my iron guy does.
That's pretty detailed.
It's awesome.
That is awesome.
I do really like that one.
That is cool.
That one's funny. But yeah.
So because you lack room, you were saying a little bit in here.
Oh man.
You build the orders as the orders come in. You don't have a bunch of stuff prepped.
I mean, most people would, if they knew how many racks went out of here on a weekly basis. But you know, when you can build, I can safely build 40 to 50 racks a day. No matter what they are. So we just don't have the room to store them.
So this is more of the manufacture, like this is where you're building, not storing stuff as much.
Correct.
You're prepping and building in here.
Yeah.
You store outside in other outbuildings that you have on the property.
If possible.
Yeah.
So this is all the final assembly.
Obviously you're not gonna do it if it's not possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is one already plugged, but not stapled. I want to talk about this pipe because...
Those are plugged and stapled.
Oh, it is stapled, yep.
It would be in a bin if it wasn't plugged and or stapled.
Okay. But these are really clean. Like it's not burred up, it's not marred up. I mean, these look like perfect clean cuts all the way around this pipe.
Yeah, we have it. So in the process of HDPE, it's extruded. So when you see the long pipes or the reels, which everybody gets excited when they see an orange reel and they want to straighten out HDPE, which is not possible. You can put it in the sun, you can heat it up, and you will never get it straight. Trust me. I've been down that road in the past and tried it, and I tried everything, and it'll always have a bend in it. So it is not possible to do. So when we get them, we have it extruded to length. So what happens is we've got a manufacturer that is extruding it to length for us, which is 12-inch lengths. So when we get it, this usually gets people very excited. So this has got 3 layers of it, and this bin has 992 of them. And that number varies, obviously, depending on the side of the bin. And we pull them out. We have a couple proprietary machines that we plug each tube with, and then we hand staple 4 staples in each one of these. So do that times 50,000. And this is the end of April, and I have another 30,000 feet come in the end of May.
Wow.
So we go through a lot of pipe. So
may I ask, I don't know if you'll disclose this information, but just so people don't have a concern about, when you say you have a lack of space, but yet you can push out all these racks, how many racks do you push out in a year? Like how many pieces of pipe do you push out in a year?
Let's see, I can tell you just in the month of June last year, we went through 30,000 pipe. 30,000 feet of pipe. Just in the month of June. Overall, I mean, so obviously we sell it by case and we sell it in different racks. And people that come and pick up and whatever it may be, which we encourage people to come pick up their stuff. We'd like to meet our customers and, we'll do whatever we can to help them out. Plus they usually get a lot of swag when they stop by. So, last year, somewhere around 10,000 racks went out of here.
10,000 racks.
10,000 racks.
So even though this doesn't look like a giant building, keep that in mind that when you place an order, he's still getting the product out to you. Like you don't have to worry about placing an order and then a week before the 4th of July or 30 days before the 4th of July and you've had an order in for 2 weeks and he's going to call you up and say, hey, I didn't get your rack done, so you're not going to have it for the 4th of July. Like, he gets his shit out and going to the customers immediately.
So during the busy season, generally now, because we've gotten so large, is I'm still usually shipping 3 days a week, but when we hit the month of June, we ship Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So obviously if your order comes in late on Friday, it doesn't ship till Monday. But at the latest, it's going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the only way you're not going to get something is if it says out of stock on the website. You can still back order, but you won't ever get an email from me or a phone call from me that I can't get something to you. I've been down that road in the past from other companies, gotten those phone calls. And
okay, and speaking of shipping, I'm assuming, you just said Idaho for the shipment that's over here. You can ship all over the country with these things.
Oh yeah, we ship to every state in the United States.
Nice.
Because depending on what state they're going to, it could be just a wood, it could be a flower planter for all I know. They're not illegal. Mortar racks are not illegal in the states where, in safe and sane states, you can still own a mortar rack because it doesn't have to necessarily be for shells.
It's not composition, so.
Correct. It's not classified as a firework, so the sales of them can happen all year long. They can go to every state. And then obviously with that order for Idaho, for stores, everything goes LTL freight, such as that one that's black wrapped over there and the rest of those. So we palletize stuff all the time to ship wherever all the time. Matter of fact, I just sent some of our Metal Mania racks to, they're going to end up in Venezuela, but they have a port pickup in Miami. Mm-hmm. So we ship to there, and then they come and get them from Miami.
So you're going international now.
Oh, yeah.
Going big time.
We do a lot of that, too.
That's cool.
We do a lot of that.
So I wanted to ask you, and you obviously have some made, so maybe we can go look at them. In particular, you could point out some points to these racks as to what is it about your racks that makes them different or special, unique? Why should somebody buy your rack versus somebody else's rack?
Well, so we'll start with the pipe, which we are on. Extruded to length. It doesn't have, when you see it, that's the way it looks. It is clean and blue, obviously for the Great Lakes theme.
And there's no burrs or anything. It's flush. All the screws, all the staples are flush.
It's not full of dirt.
Yep.
And it has never seen sun. And it is always clean. It's going to have sawdust on it, most likely, because of the shop, but it is always going to be clean and beautiful and that's why stores like it, because they look nice sitting on a shelf. It also looks a lot nicer because it's all made with dimensional lumber. So as you can see, I'm using 2x4s for on the bigger racks, 2x4s for the handle and what I call the foot. Okay. Handle, foot. Very basic. You have a carriage, a handle, and foot mostly on these racks. So some of the smaller ones, like the 12 shots, it's a 2x3 on the top, but it's still a dimensional 2x3 piece of lumber with a 2x4 foot on it.
Okay. And real quick, I want to point this out on this is if you're running 1x on the outside or you're running plywood on the outside and you screw a handle, because a lot of people put handles on theirs, that's going to tear out guaranteed. A 1x is not going to handle the handle with a rack such as this size. Versus if you're screwing in maybe one of those small ones, it would be fine. Right. But something like this, you screw a handle into this 2x4, it's not pulling out.
No, and if you were, you would go in through this 2x4 into that 2x6.
Yep.
And you would go into that. Now, but that is the one question I get asked. Like for instance, the 50 fan is our number one selling. This is our number one selling rack. Is a 50 fan.
Right here, this guy. This is the special one.
The 50 straight is the number 2 selling rack because pyros want to go bigger and better every year. So they want to blow up a lot of stuff. Well, this is how you blow up a lot of stuff. So everybody wants a handle on it. Well, this is what I try to tell people is the 2x4 is your handle. So even if you have 2 people carrying this thing, or if you're just carrying it by yourself, that is your handle.
It's a built-in handle.
Yeah, it's a built-in handle. And it is not, obviously being a 2x4, it's less apt to pull out of there if you're using plywood. And with plywood, everybody's seen plywood, what plywood looks like after time.
Oh yeah.
It degrades, it peels, it does a lot of weird stuff. And especially on the bottom, like that whole platform that it may be sitting on is the worst thing in the world because that is the first thing that's going to start warping because it's on the ground all the time.
Well, and one thing that I have noticed about using plywood, and I use plywood in racks that I have made. So I am not trying to be a hypocrite here, but because I use it, I'm admitting to that. But I also don't think that mine are made for the long haul. And plywood, I've noticed, as soon as it gets damp, especially if it's sitting on a plywood base, it starts to deteriorate because you always get moisture. So sometimes in the evenings you get moisture that sets in. The dew, if it happens to sit out overnight or it happens to rain at the end of a show, plywood does not hold up at all to moisture versus a 1x, 2x4. You know, actual dimensional lumber will hold up 10 times better in moisture than plywood ever will.
Right. And that, you know, and of course, there's some maintenance required in any rack, just like with anything else. Like water is the worst thing for a rack, right?
Yep.
Not necessarily always for the outside structure of it, but for that wood plug that's in the bottom. Because if that thing gets wet, I had somebody call me and tell me they were putting their racks out with a hose all the time. Is what it is. But so, you know, that wood plug is going to get wet and it's going to shrink and then it's going to swell and then you're going to get blow by. So, you know,
yep.
Dollar store toilet brush is great for cleaning out mortars. Tip it over, run a toilet brush through it, put it back in. A lot of people store them upside down. The worst thing that's going to happen if you keep them like this is, I mean, you may get spiders in there, but they're not going to be in there long once you drop a shell in. I mean, they're not going to hurt anything being in there.
They're not going to affect the shell.
No, it doesn't matter. There's really no reason to even turn them upside down because, you know, the dirt and whatever might get in, but who cares? The shell's going to clean it up quickly.
The only thing I've seen, and this was because I stored mine in a Quonset one time, an outdoor one, a mouse got in there, built a nest, and then I had to go dump the freaking dead mouse and nest out of there. Oh, yeah. So if you are storing these, and let's say your garden shed or something outdoor and you store them like this, I would highly recommend taking a flashlight, looking inside, make sure there's no bird nests or any kind of nest in there before you drop shells in there. But other than that, I agree with Chris. There's not much reason to store them upside down other than that reason.
There's a reason why stores like these racks because they don't have to worry about people returning them because they fell apart just from normal wear and tear. They are not going to fall apart from normal wear and tear. I can guarantee you that. There's a reason why, you know, that these racks are so popular, and especially like this one.
They're stout, for sure.
And it is heavy. I'm not gonna lie. It is around 73 pounds, depending on the density of, you know, the plug in each tube compared to the density of the lumber. It's around 73 pounds.
Yep. So you can custom make racks, right? I mean, anything somebody wants, if they can basically dream it up, give you somewhat of an idea, dimensions, you can make it for them.
Yeah, especially for, like I made some custom pallet racking for a guy, or pallet racks I should say, for a guy in Iowa. He wanted to be able to pick them up with his forks of his tractor, put them out in the field, be done with them, double stack them back up. I made 4 of them. One had like 230 shots, 2 of them had like 196, and one had like 192. He let me go however I want to do it, fan, straight, however I could make it work, and reinforce the corners. For display companies, everybody wants, especially display companies, they want their racks different.
Yep.
So however they want them made, you know, whatever their configuration is, however they set them, that's what it is. So
nice.
If somebody's got an idea out there, and it's a standing thing with all my customers, if there's a rack out there and you have a design, if I can build it and I think I can market it and sell it, you will get the rack for free, which is how the Serpent came about, which is right there. So the Serpent is a hybrid of the Mayhem.
Can we move this one out?
Yep. And the guy wanted every other pipe to be straight on it. He wanted to take it apart. I'm like, well, you can't take it apart the way I build it. But I said, if I can make it, you'll get it for free. So he got a 24 Serpent out of the deal. That's how the Serpent was born. 21 Guns was born that way, which is our salute to the troops rack.
Yep.
We have the Tail Gunner. That was, and I let the guy actually name that one. And 21 Guns, I think it was technically named by that guy too. So yeah, man, I'm fair game. You want a free rack, figure out what it is, and if I think I can build it and make it and market it, obviously I have to be able to market it and sell it, then you can get the rack for free. If not, I'll build it and send it to you. I've done that a few times as well. So
cool. That's really cool. One thing I do want to mention is racks like these. I mean, I just want to touch back on the durability and how long you're going to keep one of these racks for. This isn't something you're going to buy and expect to not have in a year or two. Like, this is probably going to last you many, many, many years because they're built heavy and durable. Hence the reason this is my order, right? This looks like it.
Yes,
yeah.
That is correct.
Okay, so I'm buying these to do all my demo videos out of. Now, I have some racks that I shoot in shows and stuff, but when it comes to shooting demo videos, I plan to shoot
let's do a couple hundred different canister shell comparisons, different ways of fusing, stuff like that. So I want something that I can take in and out of the shop hundreds of times and just shoot again and again and again. That is durable, that's going to hold up, and is just going to take the abuse of shooting that many canister shells, because it's not like I'm shooting canister shells once a year out of these. I'm going to be shooting all the time. And these are the racks that I'm choosing to use. And so we're going to wind up with a 36 shot. That's going to be a V. I'm just having it apart because I want to be able to fit it in the pickup better. And then I got a 24 shot here and then a 12 shot. So I would recommend, if you want something that's durable, that's actually going to freaking last, guys, check these racks out. I think you're going to be impressed with that. Well, you got anything else you want the people to know?
No, every order comes with a sticker and a koozie.
Every order comes with a sticker and koozie.
And
don't forget that.
I mean, I don't know, there's like 50 racks on the website. So that, that is another thing that has set us apart, is we make things like that.
Yep.
And we took the normal racks that were out there that just went straight up in the air or a little bit of a fan, and we took it to the next level. So those of you that shoot in a backyard or only have one position to shoot from, you can still light up the sky in many different areas from one single position, and you've not been able to do that before.
Awesome. And one thing I do want to mention, guys, when he brought this up earlier, customer service, if you call him, he's actually going to answer. He's going to talk with you, give you advice, whatever it may be, or talk to you about a product, help him build the product. You ever go on a website and you can't find a phone number to contact the freaking company? You go on his website, his number is right there. And I spent a week with him down in Lake Havasu. If he's not talking to a customer, this dude like runs to his phone if it goes off. So he's actually going to contact you, talk with you about stuff, product, whatever questions you may have. Customer service is there. And like you said, stop on by. I just called you up and said, hey, I'm coming out. Stop by, you're here. So definitely remember, customer service is a big thing, and actually be able to call somebody is a big thing.
Absolutely.
So, well, I think that's going to about wrap it up. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
And yeah, if you're interested, GreatLakeMortarRacks.com. Or no, it's not.
I told you that story.
Yes, you did. So it is GLR.
Or GreatLakesMortarRacks.us or GLMR.us.
Okay.
Easy to remember is Glamorous.
Glamorous? Okay.
My wife thinks that's hilarious.
Glamorous. That works. That's easy to remember. Okay. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Peace out, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. We'll talk to you next time.